Hello, it's so good to have you here. Welcome. Here, we talk about how to take care of your health to enjoy life to the fullest.
They told you forgetting names, misplacing keys, and losing focus was just part of getting older. But what if that wasn't true? What if your brain doesn't have to shrink with age? And what's been causing it might be hiding in your breakfast plate. The truth is, most people over 50 are unknowingly speeding up their own cognitive decline with choices that feel harmless. Not out of neglect, but simply because they were never told what truly matters. Forget complex diets or chasing the latest superfood trends. Science and ancient wisdom have quietly revealed a more grounded path, one that includes simple, real longevity foods that your neurons love. These aren't exotic or expensive. In fact, many of them are probably in your kitchen right now, just waiting to be used with intention. They protect your memory, sharpen your focus, and slow down the aging of your entire body. But almost no one's talking about them. In this video, you'll discover the overlooked causes of brain shrinkage and how to nourish your mind every single day without overwhelm. You'll also find out which healthy habits might actually be draining your brain and how small shifts in what you eat can reignite energy, clarity, and purpose. Ready to see what's really behind the fog and how to clear it one bite at a time? As we age, it's natural for the brain to change, but what often surprises people is how early that process can begin. Around midlife, the brain starts to shrink in volume, particularly in regions tied to memory and decision-making. This isn't just about getting older. It's largely influenced by inflammation, oxidative stress, and the gradual loss of neurons. But here's the good news. Lifestyle has a louder voice in this story than genetics. That means the choices we make today ripple through our brain health tomorrow. Most people over 50 are doing their best, staying active, maybe cutting back on sugar. But when it comes to brain nutrition, there's a quiet blind spot. Many still think healthy aging is just about avoiding bad foods, but few focus on feeding the brain what it actually craves. A diet rich in ultra-processed meals, refined carbs, and low fiber doesn't just affect your waistline. It dulls your mental edge. And often, the most important foods for memory are the ones missing from the plate. Let's be honest, it's easy to overlook things like omega-3s, flavonoids, or choline when planning a meal. People reach for what's fast, familiar, and filling, but that comes at a price. Longevity foods like avocado, olive oil, berries, and even turmeric sit quietly on grocery shelves while sugary snacks steal the spotlight. Sedentary habits only worsen this. Without movement, blood flow to the brain slows, making cognitive decline more likely. It's like trying to water a tree without turning on the hose. And here's something few talk about. It's not only what you eat, but when and how you eat that affects lifespan nutrition. Eating late at night, skipping breakfast, or rushing through meals under stress, these subtle patterns wear on the nervous system over time. The brain needs rhythm, not chaos. And once you start to see food as fuel for your future self, the motivation changes. Especially when you learn how simple daily swaps can protect your brain without needing a doctorate in nutrition. What many don't realize is how deeply daily habits affect this shrinkage. Diets high in processed sugar, lack of movement, poor sleep, and chronic stress silently fuel the brain's decline. And over time, these invisible culprits chip away at mental clarity. But when someone shifts even slightly, choosing foods for memory like leafy greens or a handful of walnuts, or sipping green tea instead of soda, they begin rewriting that story. It's not about perfection. It's about protecting what matters, one mindful choice at a time. Think of the brain like a garden. It thrives when tended to, fed with longevity foods, moved through daily walks, and nourished by connection. Just like gardens wilt without care, the brain too suffers without attention. But even now, no matter your age, new seeds can be planted. And here's where the journey gets interesting, because most people over 50 have no idea they're missing a few critical pieces in their daily routine. The beauty of brain health is that it doesn't require perfection, just intention. A simple morning ritual can set the tone for neuroprotection throughout the day. Imagine starting with a glass of warm water and a slice of lemon, followed by a cup of green tea, rich in polyphenol that support cognitive function. Pair that with a handful of walnuts or a slice of whole grain toast with avocado. These aren't exotic superfoods. They're everyday allies in your anti-aging lifestyle. Movement is another pillar, but we're not talking about running marathons. A brisk 20-minute walk after breakfast, a few minutes of stretching, or dancing to your favorite music can boost circulation and stimulate neurogenesis. And for lunch or dinner, a colorful plate, leafy greens, grilled salmon or sardines, omega-3 bombs, a sprinkle of turmeric, and a drizzle of olive oil. These foods for memory are delicious, satisfying, and don't require a culinary degree to prepare. And let's not forget the mind. Reading just 10 pages a day from an inspiring book, like The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle or Ikigai by Garcia and Miralles, can train focus and spark new neural connections. A brief pause in the afternoon for a mindful breath or journaling can do wonders. Small, consistent acts lead to big changes. And while most stick to the usual advice, there are lesser-known foods and habits that take this protection even further. It's fascinating how some of the most powerful brain-supporting foods are quietly sitting in our kitchens, often overlooked. Take turmeric, for instance. This golden spice, with its compound curcumin, has been shown to reduce inflammation and support neuroprotection. A simple way to include it? Stir a teaspoon into warm almond milk with a pinch of cinnamon, what some call a golden latte. It's soothing, delicious, and secretly boosting your brain's defenses against cognitive decline. Then there are berries, especially blueberries and blackberries. Small in size but mighty in effect, they're loaded with antioxidants that support brain health and slow down the aging process. Sprinkle them on oatmeal, blend them into smoothies, or just enjoy them as a sweet afternoon snack. And don't underestimate olive oil. Drizzling it on your salads or roasted veggies isn't just tasty, it's a cornerstone of the anti-aging diet known for enhancing lifespan nutrition across generations. And of course, we can't leave out fatty fish like mackerel or sardines. These aren't fancy restaurant foods. They're available in most grocery stores and packed with omega-3s, essential for brain cell structure and function. Sardines on whole grain crackers with a slice of tomato and arugula? That's brain food in 5 minutes. Sometimes, the secret to longevity foods isn't about finding something new. It's about rediscovering what's been right in front of us all along. But even with the best food in hand, there's often one invisible barrier that holds people back. Here's the part most don't talk about. Even with all the right information, people often don't act. Why? It's not lack of knowledge, it's a subtle mental block. Procrastination shows up dressed as "I'll start Monday" or "I'm too tired today." Underneath that, a quiet fear that it might already be too late. But here's the truth. The brain is incredibly adaptable. Even in your 60s or 70s, your daily choices can still activate neuroplasticity and slow cognitive decline. Every small action counts. Sometimes the trigger is a belief. My memory's just bad, or this runs in my family. These thoughts become self-fulfilling. The brain listens. And when someone believes change isn't possible, they stop trying. But the moment you decide to challenge that script, even by swapping one sugary snack for a piece of dark chocolate and nuts, you prove to yourself that new patterns are possible. That's powerful. That's momentum. It helps to start with emotional connection. Ask yourself, what would a sharp, healthy brain allow you to enjoy more of? Better conversations with your grandkids? More confidence at work? Deeper sleep? These questions light a spark, and once the mind is emotionally invested, action follows. But then comes another common question. Is it better to get nutrients from real food or just pop a supplement and be done with it? There's a common belief floating around that you can out-supplement a poor diet. But the truth is, food carries something pills can't replicate: synergy. When you eat a piece of salmon, for example, you're not just getting omega-3s, you're getting protein, selenium, vitamin D, and healthy fats all working together to support brain health. That's the magic of real food. The anti-aging diet isn't about restriction. It's about giving your brain the full orchestra, not just one instrument. That said, supplements do have their place. If someone struggles to eat enough fish, a high-quality omega-3 supplement with EPA and DHA can help bridge the gap. The same goes for choline, important for memory, often low in modern diets. Polyphenol from green tea or resveratrol from grapes can also be effective, especially for those with limited access to fresh produce. The key? Don't let supplements become a crutch. Let them support a solid foundation. It's like building a house. Food is the structure, the bricks, the walls, the roof. Supplements are the paint, the lighting, the finishing touches. Alone, they can't hold up the building. But together, they create something strong and beautiful. And when that structure is stable, everything else improves, including the systems in the body most people don't realize are deeply tied to brain function. When we think of brain health, we often picture memory games or crossword puzzles. But the brain is more than a filing cabinet. It's the control center of everything. When it thrives, the whole body follows. A nourished, well-functioning brain supports healthy aging by regulating systems like digestion, immunity, and even cardiovascular health. On the flip side, when the brain is inflamed or depleted, it silently affects the aging process from the inside out. One powerful example is stress. Chronic stress, when unmanaged, shrinks parts of the brain and raises cortisol levels, which can then lead to weight gain, poor sleep, and increased risk of chronic illness. Foods for memory, like leafy greens and berries, help calm inflammation and support hormonal balance, subtly reducing that stress burden. It's all connected. Longevity foods aren't just about keeping your mind sharp. They help your entire body stay resilient as the years go by. The gut-brain axis is another key piece. Ever feel foggy after a junk food binge? That's your gut talking to your brain. What we eat daily affects neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, which impact mood, energy, and even pain. The anti-aging lifestyle is not about fighting time. It's about syncing your body and mind so they age gracefully together. And that's where something even more foundational comes in. How your brain affects sleep, movement, and emotional well-being all at once. It's wild how the brain, this quiet, hidden organ, can shape the rhythm of your entire life. When it's well cared for, your hormones stay balanced, your mood stabilizes, and even your coordination improves. That means fewer falls, better sleep, and a steadier hand when pouring your morning coffee. Foods for memory, like eggs rich in choline, leafy greens, and green tea, don't just sharpen thinking. They help regulate everything from melatonin to serotonin. A calm brain is a well-tuned body. Mood swings? Sleep problems? Aches that don't go away? They might not be just aging. They might be signs your brain needs support. A diet rich in anti-aging nutrients can help reset that balance. And when the brain feels safe and nourished, it signals the rest of the body to relax. That's why people often sleep better when they cut back on sugar or start taking daily walks. It's not magic. It's biology, responding to care with calm. What's truly beautiful is how all these systems talk to each other, like an orchestra playing in harmony. One small change, like swapping processed snacks for berries and nuts, can send a ripple through your mood, your joints, your energy, and even your memory. Brain health isn't a separate journey. It is the journey. And once you realize that, the way you see aging changes forever.
Go check the link in my bio. There is something extra waiting just for you, my friend.